This is the last batch of prints that will be made in-house. I have finally found a professional printer that I trust and prints on a higher quality paper, and I think you guys will really like the increase of quality. Because the weather's cooling down, the next illustration I really want to do is a cozy book nook kind of situation, and let me show you guys what I have so far. Alright, so here are my thumbnail sketches that I started off with. Over here, this is just a very rough illustration of kind of the layout that I was going for. I definitely wanted something that was lofted and had some communal areas and lots of cozy seating. I also really like the idea of doing something that's more organic. So maybe the banister is curved all the way, or the balcony, and then there's a curved staircase instead of something so rigid like this. Like, this is very structured, and this would be infinitely easier to draw than something like this. Organic shapes kind of give me a hard time with like perspective and whatnot. But then here on the rest of the page are just some elements in it, especially here on the bottom where I'm experimenting with designing the balcony, or the, what's this called? Like rail, and trying to figure out like how elaborate do I want to go with the shape of this. Some furniture, some really ugly bookcases, but this is just to get it on paper so I can revisit this later and refine it. And then this is what I have on the iPad so far. So I just took the thumbnail sketch and then I blew it up, and I'm trying to get the proportions correctly. But something about this that I don't really like is that the perspective at which you draw your illustrations is quite important actually. So here is a very top-down view, and it makes you feel a little disconnected, though it gives you a very clean view of the environment. I do want you to feel a little bit more part of the scene, like you're kind of there, but I still want you to see the whole thing. So I kind of ended up changing the perspective of this. Instead of shifting it so your point of view is so high, I want you to be more eye level with this. So I did my first draft of that, and I guess this is kind of hard to explain, but see how you are more eye level with the top layer, whereas before on my previous draft, which is still kind of hard to see, it was more a higher perspective, but now you're more eye level. So this whole thing I'm imagining to be the balcony, staircase, and then a bottom section with like snacks and whatnot. And I still think I want to do like a whole large window right here. I'm not exactly sure what shape, but I love arches and stuff, so definitely all these things that I'm going to integrate. This looks like nothing right now. I fully know that, but it'll turn into something. This is just the bones. Do you guys ever experience the feeling of just needing a visceral change in something in your life? So this is my old iPad case. It's a magnetic trifold one. It has a lot of my friend stickers on here, things that I've bought in the past. I see this every day, and I use this thing every day, my iPad, and I just want something different. So I decided to go back to a clean slate. I got this iPad case, so I like that it has a bumper, and then it also has a trifold case right here, and it's magnetic to this. So I still have the stand ability for the case like this, and I always like drawing at an incline, so when I travel, this is my preferred way of drawing something. And I don't know if I want to go as colorful as I did with my previous case, but I do want to decorate it. And to start off the decoration, I have these stickers from Carm that I met in New York. I think I met her in New York. I think it was ANYC, but she was also another Arizona artist. But this is her sticker sheet, and I love this theme. It's so cute with all the food, and I like how small these stickers are. So I'm thinking I could just kind of like sprinkle them around. Oh, I do have one sticker on here already. This one I think is from, I'll have to look it up and just double check their Instagram so I like tag the right person. But this one I already have, and I just like that the color palette is very clean. So I think I'm just gonna do this as a productive procrastination task. I'm putting off my illustration because I'm just like, I don't really know if I want to go the direction I am going. I mean, I think I do, but I doubt myself every step of the way. And so I'm locked into this position of productive procrastination, which I do this to myself all the time, especially when I pack for conventions. I'm gonna do this to distract myself from my other thoughts. I feel like I need one more right here. Who should I use? I could do another weave. So this is the very first iteration of my next illustration. I usually do a couple of thumbnail sketches to figure out the layout of the whole piece, and then I'll basically elaborate on those thumbnail pieces in Procreate as a rough draft. For the longest time, I skipped this rough draft part and went straight to line work after the thumbnailing because I did not like seeing ugly work for myself. This was one of the biggest mistakes in my art journey because it would actually make the illustration process way longer since I didn't have my ideas clearly fleshed out, and it would just take so much time to create the nooks and crannies of a piece. Skipping the rough drafting phase was a nightmare because figuring out my line work would be so much harder. Like, it was truly giving AI work. Some perspectives of different parts of the piece would be off or disjointed, or like some of the surfaces wouldn't connect as they would in real life. This is critical for creating a believable space. I love and thrive on designing and illustrating environments, so these architectural details really matter. When I finally hit the point of allowing myself to draw ugly on camera, I was way more free and my mind was just locked into understanding and crafting the space I envisioned. Everything just fits better even if I'm not drawing out every literal mechanical connection. Now we're taking a little bit of a pivot as I switch gears because I want to come out with one more new apparel for the end of this year. So I have this vision of wanting to do a cocoa colored theme for the next shop update for winter, and I just think brown is such a comforting color. So I am picturing a brown shirt with some kind of yummy toast design. I don't want it to be super seasonal, and I think toast is a year-round tasty snack. This is kind of the idea that I settled on, and here I am just making some thumbnails and making some quick assets as to maybe some elements I could add to the design. kind of the final look of the pocket patch design. So this is the idea I have. I'm thinking of putting that little graphic right here on the chest, and then a little logo, Sundrop Shop, right here on the other side, and then having one sleeve print. I really want to do a sleeve print, and I'm kind of leaning towards the checkerboard. And then my friend had the idea of like, hey, maybe you should just put like the little icons in there, because originally I had this idea of doing something either just plain checkerboard like this, which is kind of nice, or have text right here, and this is supposed to say tasty toast time, because I like alliteration, which is really cute too. So I like how big and bold it looks. And then other than that, there's also the option of having like just symbols all the way down, and these symbols would just be things that are like for toast. So bacon, honey, eggs, jam, just stuff that like you would just put on your breads. But that's kind of the idea. So my friend wanted me to explore the option of putting them together like this, because she liked the checkerboard and the symbols. So I think that's kind of cute, but please let me know what you guys think, because there's still time, there's still options for this. Apparel usually takes a while to make. So the timeline for the apparel is like very long, and it's also a lot of money to drop all at once. So I really need you guys to chime in and let me know which iteration you guys are more interested in, or if you have any other ideas. But these were the three main ideas. So the symbols, the checkerboard, or the text, or you can do the checkerboard and text option, or checkerboard and symbols option, or something like that. But you guys gotta let me know, because I want these to come out in time, and I'm looking for the shop update in November, which means these need to get done by the end of the month for photos and shipping and all that production stuff. So, okay, see ya. Please let me know. Bye.